Let's take another look now at the latest primary results. Big victories for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Trump won all 5 northeastern states, holding primaries yesterday, while Clinton picked up 4, including the big prize in Pennsylvania. The race, it's not over yet, but both frontrunners appeared ready to focus on the general election and each other.
Well, I think the only card she has is the woman's card. She's got nothing else going. And frankly, if Hillary Clinton were a man, I don't think she'd get 5% of the vote. The only thing she's got going is the woman's card. And the beautiful thing is, women don't like her.
Now, the other day, Mr. Trump accused me of playing the, quote, woman card. Well, if fighting for women's health care and paid family leave and equal pay is playing the woman card, then deal me in.
Now, Clinton already has 90% of the delegates that she needs to win her party's nomination, and Trump has more than 75%. But their rivals say they're not dropping out anytime soon.
We have breaking news from overseas. Paris attack suspect Salah Abdeslam has been handed over to French authorities. Abdeslam had been captured during a police raid in Belgium last month. It's believed he provided key logistical support for the attacks. His lawyers say he's ready to cooperate. And there's a major discovery in the wreck of the cargo ship El Faro that sank off during a hurricane with 33 people on board. Investigators have found the missing data recorder deep in the waters off the Bahamas. Now they're figuring out how to retrieve the recorder. It's hoped that will shed light on why the ship went down.
With investigators still looking into Prince's death, his sister says the superstar died without a will. In a court filing, she lists herself and Prince's 5 half-siblings as possible heirs or interested persons. That filing asks the appointment of a special administrator to deal with Prince's estate, which is reportedly worth around $300 million.
A prisoner has been set free after more than 2 decades in prison for a crime he did not commit. 63-year-old Daryl Pinkins was greeted by his family on his daughter's 26th birthday. He was released from prison in Crown Point, Indiana, after DNA evidence cleared him in a sexual assault case from 1989. Pinkins says he's not bitter about what happened.
There's new pressure on the FDA to ban powdered caffeine. Just 1 teaspoon of the supplement is like drinking 28 cups of coffee. Top lawmakers are calling on the agency to take action, saying there is too much risk in waiting for laws to be passed. Parents of children who died from taking powdered caffeine are also urging a ban on the products. They say 1 scoop can be fatal. Switching gears to the first round of the NHL playoff, they wrap up tonight when Nashville and Anaheim play a decisive Game 7.
As for highlights from some other sports going on, here are our friends at ESPN.
Good morning. Welcome to our Sports Center set here in Los Angeles. Stan Verrett, Neil Everett. We have NBA playoffs in baseball. Neil got to pick first, so he's got NBA playoffs.
Yeah, there's no Canadian teams in the NHL playoffs, but there is one in the NBA playoffs. DeMar DeRozan, USC, he's really struggled in this tournament with the Pacers, but not on this night he didn't. And finds Corey Joseph, they're 23-2 run. I mean, Indiana had this thing locked up, it looked like, going into the 4th. Beauty of the game, it's never over till it's over. Oh, let's go to overtime. What do you say? Oh,
wait a minute.
Wait, missed it by that much.
Wow.
Raptors, 3-2 series lead.
This wasn't any old baseball game, especially for Andrew McCutchen. Rockies and Pirates. Top of the first, 3-1 count for McCutchen facing Jorge De La Rosa. 437 feet. McCutchen had been slumping coming into this game, but he popped out of it in a big way. Top of the second, he's back again. This one went even further, 444 feet. Pirates take a 4-0 lead. Top of the 6th, McCutchen up again. That didn't look like a home run until it kept going and going and going and went over the fence. McCutchen's second career 3 home run game, had one in 2009. Pirates going to win at 9-4. 10th player in Pirates history with a 3 homer game, but it's happened 18 different times.
And we could name all those players, but we'd be showing off.
Exactly.
And we're out of time.
Yeah. Back to you.
Humble brag.
I bet you could name them all, right?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Just not enough time.
Not enough time. Up next in the Pulse, what a surprise. A CEO gives his employees a potentially life-changing gift.
And the happiest player on the field wasn't even human.
Time now now for the Pulse, and we'll start with some good reasons for Chobani Yogurt employees to get busy this morning.
Yes, those reasons were provided by the guy in the middle there. He's a CEO. So he handed out envelopes to 2,000 full-time workers yesterday.
Inside, they found details of how many company shares they will be given if Chobani ever goes public or is sold. For some, the payout would be worth about $150,000. Those who've been there from the start would get shares worth more than $1 million.
Wow. Well, at least it wasn't a pink slip in those envelopes.
That is
Good thing. And now to the New York City man who is breathing fire. Wayne El Genio broke a record this past weekend for eating the most Carolina Reaper chili peppers in a minute. Those are the hottest peppers in the world.
They rate 1.5 million on the heat scale. To compare for you, jalapeno is only 5,000 on that scale. Wayne managed to down 22 of those peppers. He's described it as excruciating pain and says he'll never do it again, unless, of course, someone breaks his record. And then they'll have to give it another shot.
On a side note, there's a certain drugstore here in New York that's out of Pepto-Bismol. I have no idea if there's a correlation.
I can't even imagine. Well, you never know who you're going to meet when you go paddleboarding off the coast of Southern California. 2 female gray whales and their calves stopped by on their way from Baja up to Alaska.
This, of course, is GoPro video, and also a little drone camera got in the way there. This spring has been very good for whale watching along the West Coast. So apparently mother whales, they hug the coast to keep their babies safe and to scare the heck out of paddleboarders at the same time. And a rather unusual delay at a soccer game. It took place in Venezuela.
Early in the morning, everything came to a halt because a dog was running around on the field. It ran around greeting some players who, some were thrilled, some not so much. It hung out a bit longer with one of the goalies.
So eventually one of the visiting players picked it up and carried it off. His team also lost the match.
Oh,
look at
wanted
that.
to hang out, get involved in the game.
He's pretty happy.
At least he cheered them up. We'll have more news after this.